Hey everybody, Cinema Buffs here, bringing you our review of Split. Now, Split is the new thriller written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan about these three girls who are kidnapped by a man with 23 different personalities. They have to figure out which personalities can help them escape, which ones are trying to hunt them down and kill them. So, once again, new thriller from M. Night Shyamalan. Nate, what do you feel about M. Night Shyamalan just in general?
I like M. Night Shyamalan. Obviously, he has his lower points in his career, but I think he has some soaring highs in his career as well. The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable is one of my favorite. I really like Signs. I actually was okay with The Village. But it seemed like once he went into more blockbusters, he lost his way a little bit.
I think that he did return to form with The Visit, and I think that just with the movies before, like the big box office, his bombs, his terrible movies, I think those are the ones where it's just they were trying to put too much on him and expecting too much. He's a small-time filmmaker. Everybody's trying to call him the next Spielberg and try to give him these big-budget Spielberg-like movies, but he's just not. He's a small-time filmmaker. If you're going to call him a next kind of great director, I'd say with his thrillers and smaller movies, he's more Hitchcockian.
M. Night Shyamalan belongs behind the camera. He is a good director. I also found out that the director of photography for It Follows joined him for this one.
Oh, okay.
And I sort of could tell with that it's very smooth. This is a really well-directed movie, but it's also a very claustrophobic movie. They had to get pretty creative with camera angles in these smaller, tight quarters, and I thought they did a good job of it.
There's a good look to this movie, and there's definitely an atmosphere. And there is, I think you hit it right on the head with claustrophobic. Yeah. It is a claustrophobic atmosphere. These girls are trapped in this basement, in a room in a basement, and even at the points where they're kind of allowed to roam free or shown around, it still feels very confined.
Tight hallways and all that stuff, too.
Yeah. But as far as the pacing of the movie, I gotta say this was just a little on the sluggish side for me.
Yeah.
There were some slow points, and this is one of those movies that, it's one of these things now in movies in general, it's like it takes 20 minutes for this movie to end.
Yeah.
Just ending after ending after ending. And it was really dragging me down. I was like, all right, come on, credits, let's go.
Yeah, and I was sort of just waiting for... you depend on the ending when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan. He always depends on his ending. What's going to happen? What's the twist? What's the ultimate climax of the whole thing? And you're sort of bouncing from the psychiatrist's office back to the basement, back to the office, back to the basement.
A flashback thrown in there.
Yeah, a flashback. Too. And I like the flashbacks. I thought that they were just colorful. It was a nice fall setting, and it got you out of that basement.
I thought the acting was done really well. Obviously, James McAvoy, he's the star. He's the center point. He does the most acting because he has the different personalities.
Yeah.
And I think he pulls them off really well. There's points where it feels like there's two different people playing this character with all these different personalities.
I agree with you. Sometimes I did think I was watching somebody else. And even if I was one of those people trapped in that basement, it seems to get confusing for them as well. So he pulled this off beautifully. This was a daunting task for him to have, and he really, really did a good job.
And I think that her name's Anya Taylor-Joy, the main lead. Cassie, I think, is her character's name. I thought she did a really good job. I think that you really experience it through her, and she's like not... You kind of get the feeling from the trailers that all these girls are friends, but she's kind of the outcast and detached from these girls.
Even the two girls that weren't the leads, they had some moments where they're not stupid either. They're not these jabbering...
atypical horror movie victims.
They actually do have some ideas that would go through my head a little bit if I was in that situation where you have to stop and think, be like, is that the right move or is that not? So I think the girls, all in all, did a really good job. And then what'd you think of the psychiatrist?
I think that she did fine. There wasn't really any... There were some good moments with her, though, like where she's talking to James McAvoy's character.
Yeah.
She's starting to tear up, and you can tell that she's nervous, and she's trying to play it calm on the surface because she realizes the kind of person she's dealing with.
Yeah.
So I think that, yes, her acting was fine. It's just that her character was just, once again, it was the bouncing around thing. It was like, I think they went to her too much.
And that goes in with it being too long. They could have cut out a lot of those psychiatry sessions. I feel like he goes over there way too many times.
Yeah.
They could have cut it down maybe 1 or 2 times for him to go over there. But yeah, the performance all in all, really good stuff.
Buffs.
All right, we gave our thoughts on the film, Dennis, so let's score the thing. What do you think?
Although there are some pacing issues, I think that the acting really carries this movie. And it is a thriller, and when there are times of tension and there's thrills, there is real suspense there. And I think that it is pulled off very well, but like I said, the pacing, and there are some story elements, we'll get into spoilers after we score the movie, but there are some story elements that just didn't sit well with me. So I'll still give this a pretty good score. I'm going to go 7 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, I thought this movie was really well done. It is a return, again, just like The Visit. I'm glad for the direction that M. Night Shyamalan's going in his career. Just give him the writing, give him, he doesn't even need that big of a budget. Just let him do what he wants to do, and he will produce a great film. And I think this is a great film. It's a great suspense thriller, and the performances, especially by James McAvoy, like it's worth seeing it just for his performance. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher with a 7.5. I really like this movie.
Buffs. All right, so that's it for our review of Split. What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of the movie? Why don't you go ahead and leave your comments down below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate all the support here at Cinema Bus. But now we're going to get into a little bit of spoiler territory with this movie. So once again, if you haven't seen it, stop the video, go see it, and then come back. But for those of you who have seen it, stick around. So let's talk about the ending where the beast, this beast that they've been talking about, it finally comes out. How do you think that played out? How do you think that? What do you think of that?
I thought they played it pretty safe. I was wondering, this beast, they say like he can change his body into different forms. And even at one point he says he has a mane and longer fingers and huge muscles and he's way tall. And I'm like, okay, are they going to get carried away with this, with how much he can change his body into? And they didn't. It was mostly this veiny sort of look to him. He does look more muscular. Yeah, more vascular, more veiny. His eyes turn a little bit more bloodshot, but he's faster and more agile, and he is like borderline bulletproof. So, but all in all, I think they pulled it off. There was a point where he's crawling on the ceiling, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. What do you think?
Like, I don't know why, but like the whole crawling on walls and ceiling thing, I get how that gets some people scared and has like, kind of tense feeling to them. But like, it's one of those things where I'm just laughing in my head just how silly it looks. I feel like that it went just a tad too far. Like you say, they played it safe. I'd say they just went just a tad too far with it.
Yeah.
And just in the whole creating of this personality and like the build up to it.
Yeah.
But once again, when the chase scene is on and everything like that, and the beast comes out, that's when it really ratchets up the suspense and everything. And that's kind of what I was hoping would be throughout the whole movie. That's why I didn't score as high.
Yeah, and I think that there is a scene in the hallway where he's busting the light bulbs as he's getting closer to her. And I was like, this is cool. It's really like M. Night Shyamalan, suspenseful. You don't know where he is. And what did you think of the themes on how the broken are the pure and how the unbroken and the untainted are the ones that are, the unpure? It was it did this little flip thing on. I think it really was commentary on making people that have gone through traumatic experiences that were out of the control, or just like really bad things with family or whatever, makes them feel a little bit better, where it's like them being broken is a strength, can be turned into a strength, is what I got out of it. I mean, I thought that was kind of a cool theme for him to throw in there.
Yeah, I like that too. And it kind of shows that just like, whatever doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, it makes you more resilient. However, I feel like with the flashbacks, there was no resolution to that.
I know, that's kind of, I think...
Like, they almost hinted that there might be.
That she's going to stay in the cop car and she's not going to go back with him anymore.
Right. Yeah. But it just, that never, like, that's one of the things where I was just like, this movie took 20 minutes to end and they didn't close that loop. Like,
yeah, I know. They could have just had them drive away with her in the cop car and the uncle standing outside. And we'd have been like, okay, she's driving away from him.
Right.
Like something like that.
Yep, just one little shot.
They could have done a little more resolution.
After the credits, there's...
Let's get into this
post-credit scene where you get a little taste of an old Shyamalan movie and a connection to it. What'd you think of that?
I got excited about it. I could tell on your face you didn't like it. What I like, it ties to Unbreakable. So Bruce Willis is sitting there, and she finishes a woman's sentence where she's like, what was that other weirdo from years ago that they gave a nickname to? And he's like, Mr. Glass. And there's Bruce Willis sitting there.
Yeah, his character from Unbreakable.
Yeah, his character from Unbreakable. Now, Unbreakable was a throwback to comic books for M. Night. It was an M. Night Shyamalan comic book movie. Yeah. And all of a sudden, when I saw this closing credit, I was like, this was an M. Night Shyamalan comic book movie. This was the building of a villain. This was the story of a villain that now lurks in the world of M. Night Shyamalan's comic book. Like, this is the next thing for Bruce Willis's character to battle after defeating Mr. Glass. And I thought that's really cool. Yes, it's kind of cheesy. I think some people think it's really cheesy, but also it was a post-credit scene. Just like comic book movies. Like, I thought that was cool.
That was the sign of everything I hate about the comic book movies today. Just everything's got to be a shared universe and a franchise.
Yeah, but it's
Let's build up this guy to fight this guy and everything. It's slightly different, but it's like, come on, this is Blumhouse Productions.
They're not going to have a battle scene between these two. I think they're just having shared universe where these characters live together, they just don't interact with each other.
And that's the thing, shared universe. Everything's got to be a shared universe. Everything's got to be a franchise.
No one complains when Quentin Tarantino does it. His whole universe is shared.
Because Quentin Tarantino was like one of 3 guys doing it when he started it.
I know.
Like him and Kevin Smith.
But
now Marvel's doing it. DC's doing it. Fox is trying to do it with X-Men and Deadpool and Fantastic Four.
I can't fault a director or a filmmaker to want his movies to connect. I think it's cool.
But it's just like, Let's just throw that in at the end.
I think they planned on it.
Need it.
I
It
bet
didn't
you
need it.
seeing it
It's
again,
like-
you'll look through being like, this is cool. They're building a villain.
No, I did not. That put the sour taste in my mouth. That's what dropped my score a little bit. I probably would have gone 8, but that was just like, oh my god.
I like
even
it.
this movie.
I would have gone 7, and then they threw that in there, so I went 7.5.
Terrible.
Anyway.
Stupid.
Anyway, that's our spoilers of the review. So once again, leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. But don't forget,
There's no place like the theater. I came here to do 2 things. Review movies and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of bubblegum. So click the logo right here and become a subscriber and you'll never miss an episode.